Okay. Okay, our channel is live. So, hello everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay!
Only a
You
little bit
remembered.
out of practice. Um, on my vacation week, I ran a game of Lasers and Feelings, which is also a fun game. But um, in any case, I am Christiana Ellis, and I am the Dungeon Master. Our players tonight, from right to left on screen, Lee Burdett playing Flounce,
Hello.
Nobilis as Canthan,
Hi there.
David Archambault as Dianok,
Well, that was a fun adventure.
Jason Banks as Exel,
Greetings, everyone.
and Paul Weimer as Xenophon.
With the dragon freed of corruption dire and escaping an island's dark mire, to what land will we go? What shire? Or we again face trouble's fiery fire?
Ooh. So, last time, the party had traveled to a distant land, as is kind of the mo in this campaign, and as mentioned, helped to defeat the corruption infesting an ancient dragon spirit in that land, and in doing so has reenlisted an ally in the recovery of islands that had been lost to destruction from outside invaders long ago, and helped some people who are pretty devoted to a blood feud decide, all right. So with that, you were given treasures in accordance to your whole deal, and you returned to your home in the Radiant Citadel. And so I figure we can go ahead and do some downtime if everyone is feeling so inclined.
Yeah.
David, you wanted to know how big the place was. I proposed that we decide that the lodge is 30 feet by 60 feet, which is kind of
1800.
in between the huge size that's on the map of the city map and the kind of tiny size that I had built when I made our Order of the Golden Prawn Lodge
Sounds
shared
good.
document. So it means that our bedrooms are kind of large, but not so incredibly huge that they dwarf anything real. So,
I'll take it.
So who has some downtime activities they'd like to get up to?
Well, I one thing that people will notice that occasionally, I if they're up in the middle of the night, they'll hear the light footsteps of Dianok going around the lodge, and uh, they're muttering something, and there's some odd smells coming through, and perhaps uh, I think Xenophon and possibly Exol might notice a hint of magic in the air on this.
Well then, okay. Well then, I'm going to poke at that because I am a gitzer. I might be a bard, not a monk, but I can sleep lightly when I want to. So if you're prowling around doing magic and making smells, then I'm going to come find out what you're doing. Some fine evening just after this adventure.
So what you see is Dianok going through the halls, tracing abjuration sigils through the air, outlining the doors and windows that they have easy access to with similar sigils, and each time there's a puff of sensation of that's creating the scent.
Dianak, what are you doing?
I'm hoping to protect us against intruders, like, Thursday. A spell I picked up called Guards and Wards.
Guards and wards. Oh, so you're
Yeah.
fortifying. You're fortifying our domicile against Thursday sending something more against us.
Yes, it won't do anything much, won't have anything obvious for us, but you know, they're strangers coming in might have trouble navigating up here.
So something a little more than an alarm spell. So something more.
Oh yes, yes. They're going. Whoever comes in here without our permission will have a difficulty. You know, difficulty coming through here. Um, they'll probably get stuck in the stairs you know if they try and force their way in. They'll probably miss a door or two. Yeah. Hopefully, it'll be enough to keep someone like him from causing too many problems.
Or at least handicap him so that we have the playing field better in our favor. Should he try something as blatant as assault or send a assassin or thieves or what have you. So
Yeah.
how long does this spell last? Let's
Uh,
get these words up.
each casting is actually a full day, and if I manage to cast it, you know, here the entire time, then it'll be permanent. Yeah,
Well,
or cast it here once a day for a full year.
once a day for a full year.
Yes,
Well,
if we travel.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. The wrinkle in your plan is we travel a lot. We are not a sedentary society to say the least.
yes, though I'm willing to do it, each night we're here because, it's a
No,
smart.
no, no, no. That's smart. I'm just thinking. Um, I'm just thinking aloud now about my own possessions, and if the best opportunity for Thursday to mess with us would be while we're gone, and this place is unprotected.
Just
I-
as a note, you do. It does cost 10 gold every time you cast it,
Okay,
which I know is not a lot for you these
Yeah.
days necessarily, but it is for every casting.
okay, and to note, this is mostly just the top floor and stairwells and stuff like that because, this place is a little bigger than the spell covers.
So you have to be selective in what you're protecting.
Yeah, it's only 2,500 square feet.
I mean, we did get this building at a bargain. At least I believe it was Canthan who did. So
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm
I,
not
the,
complaining
the,
at
the,
all.
si- yeah, the size has its advantages, but trying to protect it. I mean, at least we're not all crowded in a tiny hut, right?
Yes.
And if
And
we were
I-
if we were in the hall, then we wouldn't be able to protect ourselves at all.
And protection where it's where we're sleeping is better. It's a better place to have it.
Indeed. I was going to spend a few nights with my girlfriend. But do please continue to my bedroom even in my absence. So
Absolutely.
I would rather, not have a hole in our defenses, even if I'm not precisely. I'm not going to go on tour again like I did the last time. I'm just going to spend some quality time and do a couple sets and things. Keep up my skills and my small fan base. I still got to pay off that armor. I'm not done
Speaking
yet.
of which,
Yeah, how much money did we get from last
we
session?
did get some cash from the person who sent us on the quest in the first place. I don't think we ever recorded that.
No.
Yeah.
correct.
So Lungtian. Yeah. So let me be clear then here. Lungtian, the Ninuno, the nature spirit, said that you would get 600 gold apiece as a reward, plus a divine blessing for managing to save Pangil Nangguan.
Okay.
The divine blessing in this context is. There we go. Each of you gave or receive a charm. That is, it's Ninono's mark, but it won't show up and as anything. I don't think that you can just add to your sheet. But what it does is it allows you to cast either augury or speak with plants once per day, and then when you've used it 3 times, it's used up.
Ah, but it'll last until those
And-
3
yeah.
casting.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. So after the cut from the shield bearers, how much do we wind up with?
Let's say 400 each.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
that's good to know.
Plus, you've got your other magical treasures you got.
Yeah, I took the adaptation necklace. I believe the staff is going to Axel.
Axel.
We have an arrow.
Yeah,
we
I
have
have
the
the
arrow. We
staff,
have a
yeah.
little bit of other cash. But yeah, I want to know how much we have. I sold my soul to the company store. I mean, of the leather armor, so I can pay off a bit.
That's a heck of a call to for a company store that actually let you take in advance some extremely expensive armor with an IOU.
It's true. It's true.
It's kinder than the company store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to matter at hand. Yeah. So yeah. If you, yeah. I guess suppose keep it up. We're all learning new skills and talents, and more protection is good.
Yes, and I've also the lightning from that the lightning kind of inspired me a bit, so I think I'm gonna work on being able to do that myself. Meaning I'm
Not-
just gonna spell lightning bolt.
not just so you'll be casting fire and lightning. You are a formidable opponent.
Yep.
I'm the squishy one of this crew. I just hide
Mhm.
as
Firebolt and lightning, very, very frightened.
needed.
Oh, we Galileo.
Galileo.
Figaro.
Magnifico.
Okay.
Oh. Yep. So
I get started. I'm not gonna stop. So.
Yep. So I'll leave you knock back to it and go back to
Mhm.
go back to rest.
Okay.
Let's see.
So that was a fine little scene, but that returns us to the question previously asked, which was
Yes.
who has a downtime week.
I
that
have
they wanna-
one. I have
All right.
one that's simple.
All right.
I am crafting.
Mhm.
I have, you see, Kenthan wheel in a cart laden with ingredients, and he's picked up 25 little vials. You see, they're the same size as potion vials, except these have had little labels made up for them, and he's making a huge batch. Well, not a huge batch. I mean, it's 100 ounces, so that's like a little less than a gallon. But he's he's making enough to start really handing it out.
Great. So certainly you don't have anything like an actual assembly line or a big production facility. These are all
No,
small
no.
batch right now, still, right?
So yeah, I mean,
Artisanal.
filling these 25 bottles is going to be one big pot of the sauce.
Right.
So
And I think that so how about we like improvise the rules a little bit to basically say so we're looking to get how much profit you make for each of those 25 bottles.
you know something, I'm not actually looking at a whole lot of profit.
Okay.
What I'm assuming is that the bottles cost a gold piece each.
Mm-hmm.
I got that off the thing. And I'm like, all right, well, let's just say that the ingredients to fill them cost 25 and it's worth 50 when it's done, because that's how the crafting works for a week. Right. And so they're worth 3 gold when they're done, because it's 1 gold for the bottle and 2 for the ingredients.
Okay.
But I'm probably going to be giving away most of them anyway. So.
Okay. So you're getting them out there as opposed to trying to profit.
No,
at the moment.
I'm not. Yeah, this is something. I mean,
Kind of a
Grandparents
hobby,
got.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah. I mean, if somebody decides that they want the recipe, after having tasted it, he might
Okay.
sell that. You know.
All right. Well, so in that case, I don't know that we necessarily need to do a roll because you've just
Yeah.
done the work week of it. But we can
Yeah.
certainly do a roll of d10 to see if you get a complication.
Alrighty. Where's my dice? There's my dice. No, that's a D8. Hold on. 5.
So no complication this time around. How about you, Flounce? What do you get up to?
I was reviewing my notes, and I don't think I ever completed repairs to my ancestral armor. I know I got the gold for it, but I don't think I've actually completed the repairs according to what my notes have down.
Okay. Um. Oh yeah, I think we. Hmm.
Because you got distracted by something else.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you did something else instead. So I mean, if you want to
Yeah.
just say.
Yeah, so that's basically what she's going to do. Is she's going to
Okay.
find a smithy so that she can work on all this stuff, and maybe she'll talk to Ted about the gold that she needs to condense down so that she can make new rings, and then she'll have a nifty new backup ancestral armor set.
If I recall correctly, you were talking about patching the original chainmail with gold rings, kind of like those, like when the where a ceramic vase breaks, but then they fill it, repair it with seams of gold to
Yeah.
make a new thing, and it's pretty.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, so that's basically what she's going to be doing. I don't know if I need to do a roll. I've already, made the investment for the materials.
I would say it sounds like a low key week. I wouldn't make you need to roll just to do that.
Okay.
If you wanted something more ambitious, we might do a roll for that. But
No,
all right.
I think this is low key week where she's got new runes to try out. She's got new.
Everyone's kind of just
to do
taking the week off. You're making enough money on your adventures now that you don't necessarily need to be, scrimping all the time. What about Dianok?
So apart from the spell stuff, Dianok would want to see about making amends with the Guardian.
Okay.
But, because even if they don't, go into the place as much, being allowed to is good.
Sure.
I guess I'm just not sure what it would be. What would be a good way to do so?
All right. Well, I mean, what we could potentially do is a research role specifically with the idea that you're trying to get ideas for like some gift or active service that might.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
And what's the cost for that again?
Well, so for research, I believe that it starts with 50, and then you can spend more to gain a plus one, to the roll.
Okay. I'm just gonna go with the straight 50 because.
You know what though? I think in this context, I'm going to say it's a wisdom roll, not intelligence, because this is more about like intuiting what they would want rather than looking for facts.
Okay.
But otherwise, we'll use the same mechanic.
Excuse me. Straight wisdom?
Yes.
17.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
A 17 is 2 pieces of lore. I think that you learn that although they themselves don't, use writing, they don't make books or monuments or anything like that, they do like when mortals do that. And it's not like they want to have a statue that you made so much as they want to see effort put into something that shows.
Honors them?
Well, I would say not even honors them so much as like captures the lessons you've learned doing, doing your work and what you've learned about the world and about yourself. They like to see those abstract things made concrete in that way.
Okay.
And so you think that to some extent the expression of it, they're not necessarily like picky about you being like a good sculptor or something, right? It's more about they want to know that effort went into it and that it means something to you about something you've learned.
Okay. Let's see. So, if I were to go into the book, is it easy to avoid spoilers for stuff we haven't done?
I mean, more or less, like unless you're reading
Okay.
the actual adventure parts.
Well, I'm thinking like just going back, kind of get references for ideas. For
Oh, like if you want to look at any of the adventures that you've done already, or the Gazetteers for certain lands and stuff, certainly
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay.
Don't look at the ones you haven't done yet.
Yeah.
If that makes
Okay.
sense.
So I'll think on that for future on that.
Okay.
So D10.
Yep.
2.
All right. Well, it's not a 1, so
Okay.
you're good for now. How about you, Axel?
Um, um, hmm. I think Axel is going to spend probably most of his time, um, honestly, communing and just kind of meditating and training, trying to learn
Okay.
more about his patron.
Okay. So let's see. Do we want to? Well, so the training activity is not really what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
There
No.
necessarily.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you wanted it to be about gaining some new proficiency in something.
No. Just he's more or less just kind of trying to deepen his bond with his patron and figure out,
Mm-hmm.
he still doesn't know why he can't talk to Xenophon about it.
Right.
Religious service might be an appropriate
Yeah.
model.
It certainly could be. I think we've done that before. You could also, if you were trying to understand separate from your patron why your patron might not want you to tell Xenophon, that could be research. But religious service also could work. The way that one works is that you spend the time, and then at the end of the time, there's no gold cost, but then you make either an intelligence, religion, or charisma persuasion check.
Oh, I will definitely go with a persuasion check.
All right. I would like in this particular case to know specifically how that persuasion check plays out. Like, what are you asking for and how?
Hmm. Axel, he gets into his meditative state and he's thinking and he's kind of reaching out into that place that he saw in the vision, and he asks, basically he's asking why he cannot openly communicate with one of his team members if the goal is to become stronger and be that of a conqueror. Why must he withhold information from someone who could assist in him getting stronger?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, so go ahead and make your roll. And roll a d10 while you're at it, just, so we'll have it.
Alright.
Okay, 24 is pretty good. And so technically what that means is you earn 2 favors. Per the, the mechanic here. Um, I think in this context, what it you get a psychic message that says the directive not to tell the Githzerai is for your protection. If you think you can handle it, perhaps this is a good test for you. You may tell him, but I expect you to not let his reaction interfere with your duties. So I'm interpreting the 2 favors as 1, they actually spoke to you, and 2, they gave you permission. If you think you can handle it, they'll let you try.
Yeah,
Boy.
yeah. Have an idea. So awesome. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, so that's fine. Axel will over however long the downtime is after this would probably at some point end up trying to figure out about um Xenophon's patron, but we can get to that when it happens. I had to think of the right questions.
Okay. So Axel has decided not to just jump the gun on
Yeah,
this.
yeah, not to. Yeah.
All right.
Bang.
Sure.
But that gun is on the mantelpiece.
Yeah.
It so is.
Yep. All right. So Xenophon, what do you get up to?
Xenophon's going to pay some of his armor off. That's pretty straightforward. Now he has 2,700 paid out of the 4,000. He will spend time with his drow girlfriend Laura Harris' daughter, and he will do some performance to make some money.
Okay. So first we can go ahead and I think work is the mechanic for that to make some
performance.
money, right?
Yeah, I think the performance check, I believe, is what I need to do.
Yeah, so you can certainly do a performance check as part of the yeah.
That is a 26.
26 means that you not only have a comfortable lifestyle for the week, which we're not really doing too much with, but plus 25 gold.
I'll take it.
And I think what happens too as part of that performance is that afterwards you get someone someone working at that venue gives you a little like a note that tells you that there is a someone named Afsun Gorbani that would like to meet with you in private. And here's the thing. Make another performance check in this context to see if you know this person.
Performance check. Okay.
Yeah.
Performance check. Okay.
In this, I guess it could be like and the reason I do that is because as with a 22, so that Afsun Gorbani is an extremely famous actress. She is a powerful mage, but she is best known for putting on powerful, sometimes controversial performances with deep meaning and history and all of that sort of thing.
Wow.
She's a big deal.
Oh, wow. I'm a little starstruck.
Yeah. So you agree to the meeting, I assume?
Absolutely. Yeah, keep me away from this meeting. Why not? You can.
Sure. So you agree to the meeting. Let me give you Oh, I don't. Let's see. Um, I have this handout for her, which I'll go ahead and give to you. Although it should be clear that she is. Um, this handout is Afsun Gorbani that I've just given to everybody. But when you go to meet with her, she is not in a crystal, so just in place. That's
I thought, well, that's a choice.
yeah. Um, so yeah. So basically, she is from. Where have I? She is from Ankarin Sangar is the land that she's from, and and she's an elf. So and then as if for anyone who can't see the artwork here, she's an elf. She's got long dark hair, dressed in colorful sort of robes and long skirts. She's sort of very you know kind of halfway between like Romani fortune teller and elven princess.
That's an interesting intersection.
Uh, and in any case, though, she's got kind of like a little private room in this club, and you knowing who she is, you get it. She'd be mobbed if she was just like
Yeah.
in public there. But as you come in, she just says, "Xenophon, it's lovely to meet you. I'm very lucky to have caught your performance. I enjoyed it quite a bit."
Thank you very much. This is an honor and a privilege to meet you in person like this. I know you have large constraints on your time and on your personal boundaries, so it delighted me to get you known. Of course, I would be happy to talk with you.
You know, you mentioned demands on my time more than you know, I'm afraid, but I still, it's important to me to travel and to see what artworks of performance are being put into the world in various places. It's important to have a broad perspective on things. My understanding is you're a shield bearer. I'm sure this has given you opportunity to travel to many places.
It has inspired my creative efforts. I mean, without what I've been able to see and do as part of the shield bearers, I would not have the material I have for my performances. So it has been immeasurable to my efforts to expand my repertoire and my performances.
I can imagine so. So, Xenophon, I must confess that although everything I've said in my enjoyment of your performance and everything is sincere, I did have a little bit of an ulterior motive in asking for this meeting.
Go on.
I am. Are you familiar with the Ankaring Sabar tradition of Shabe Taban?
I'm gonna roll a history check to see if I am. The player has no idea,
Sure,
but maybe
sure.
Xenophon's picked up something, maybe not. Xenophon got a 24.
Oh, yeah. So you know that Shabe Taban translates as brilliant night. And what it is it's a multi-day festival that happens every 3 years where there's a mysterious lunar phenomenon in that region where in the dead of night, suddenly the moon just glows with light as much as like as it would during the day. And it's just this big, it's this big crazy thing that happens with the moon, and they turn it into a 3-day festival. But that's what Shabe Taban is, and so you know that.
Yep. So it's a quite important lunar festival to that region every few years or so. The moon. Um, is it upcoming?
Yes, it's quite soon, and thankfully the nightly curfews are suspended during the festival, but I have been planning to put on a performance of the first queen this year, and you can make another history check
Yeah.
to see if you know anything
What
about
the first
that.
queen?
Yeah,
Um,
and what?
29.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you're getting the high
I'm,
rolls. So yeah.
I'm
So
gonna lose that. But
so
yeah.
so you know instantly then why she kind of put it like that, because part of your history check here is knowing that and carrying Saban, this excuse me, Akaring Sangar is the land, the region, is unusual amongst prime material plane lands or nations because it is ruled by an actual angel, a celestial who is a direct servant of their local deity, the Sunweaver. And there's a lot of history about that, and that entails there was a powerful demon that. Well, here let me pull up the. Because you got it high enough that I can just like literally read from you to you from some of this background stuff. So there is, oh, let's see, the history of the. Sorry, I'm not finding the background stuff in exactly the place that I thought. So basically, what it comes down to is that this was a region that was actually dealing with a lot of dangerous, there was a demon that was causing a lot of havoc, and then and the Sunweaver sent Atash, this angel, to fight off the demon, and succeeded, and then kind of went dormant, and for a while the land was peaceful again, and eventually people kind of started getting a little bit laissez-faire about the big, divine conflict that had happened there, and the demon started looking like it was going to return. And so at that point, Atash, who had been kind of just a sort of figurehead presence, insisted that it was necessary for them to take actual leadership actions and the rule of the land, the nation, in order to prevent the demon's return. There's no question that the demon was real. Like, that happened. That's not just a story. But at the same time, there are some people within the nation here that don't like all of Atash's rules. And there are some people who feel like, as much as they did need help fighting off this demon, that, maybe mortals should be ruled by mortals.
Mm-hmm.
And in particular, The First Queen is a play which tells the triumphant story of the very first human ruler of Akaring Sangar and the deliverance of her people from a fearsome demon. And that it is kind of a story that is a little, it basically has been soft banned. And so when she says that she's been hoping to put on a performance of it, you understand immediately why it would have to be kind of an almost like guerrilla performance. And it's a little bit fraught for that reason.
So I'll stop. Let that sink in. As I recall this nod. Your reputation for being bold, provocative, and uncompromising in your artistic vision is not underestimated if you're intending to put that play on in Akarin's Cigar during during the festival.
Well, I'm glad that I don't have to explain why it presents some challenges. Uh, it is something that I think is important. It's a story that people need to know, and I think that as much as no one wishes to see the time of demons return to Akaring Singar, I personally don't feel that the idea that there are some stories that are not permitted to be told is an acceptable position to just let go unchallenged. Uh, However, as you can imagine, it is somewhat fraught. And so, what I was hoping is that I could simultaneously entice you to attend the performance, both as my personal guest and into something that I hope you would enjoy, but ideally also a friendly face in the crowd should things turn ugly. I'm not asking you to fight anyone, but if things took a turn for the worse, a friendly face in the crowd would be welcome.
What about 5 friendly faces in the crowd?
You have your discretion to invite as many friendly faces as you like.
I will ask my companions and colleagues in the Order of the Golden Crown if they would like to accompany me on this venture. I am interested in going, even if none of them, even if they're all wrapped up with their own deals and do not wish to, I will attend.
So
But
I appreciate it, and I do want to be clear. I'm not asking you to do anything but be present. Uh, I know that given your positions as shield bearers, I would not want you to get ensnared in some political conflict you weren't looking for just for going to see a play. But like I said, in case there's trouble, I would prefer to have someone there who could be a mediating influence.
well, that certainly I have some background in doing, for sure. But every piece of art, no matter how innocuous, is political. Some are just more honest about it.
This is true. So then, uh, the the festival begins in a few days, and I would be delighted if you would be my guests at the performance.
I will contact my companions immediately and let you know whether it's myself or any number or all of our group that will attend and see a performance of the first queen. I'm excited at the prospect.
Wonderful.
So
If you know, not to toot my own horn in the performance, but I think our adaptation is quite wonderful. And given the limitations on set and costumes, I think we've put together something really special. So ideally, it will be a smooth performance with no difficulties, and it will be a good time had by all.
ideally, but we shall see. Thank you so much for this meeting and for this opportunity.
Great. So if you know, you can reach me either magically, or you can send a note through my sister, and she gives you scrawls down some information.
I've got the sending spell,
Yeah.
so this I'm set.
All right. So
I'm gonna go bouncing back to the Order of the Golden Frog. Hey guys, how'd you like to go see a controversial play? I'm gonna do this probably over dinner as Canthans cook something
Yes.
excellent again.
Yes.
I'll let the food do the talking. Then I'm gonna launch into my
A controversial play.
and controversial play, Axel.
What? I'm sorry. The anarchist has been kind of lost in thought all day, and it's like, what? uh, play
A controversial play, Dianok,
about what?
about the first human ruler in the land of Akarin Sangar. This is a this is a country that is currently ruled by an angel, and that sort of there are people who have opinions about that sort of governance, and a play that holds up a different sort of governance to those people is something that not everybody might appreciate. It is a bold act of art, and I intend to be a friendly face for one of the premier artists in the Radiant Citadel, and I would like the rest of you to join me to do that.
Okay.
And admittedly, I mean, Chief Pell, admittedly, there's a small chance that things are going to go completely south, in which case I am a very squishy bard and I need people who are not so squishy around me.
I get this sensation. I get the feeling. I've not been to a lot of plays, but generally speaking, it's not considered good form to go in full armor.
Probably not, but
To
Okay.
just to clarify a detail that I didn't say out loud, but she would have communicated. This is an outdoor performance at a festival.
oh, it's outdoor.
Okay.
Okay. So yes, I think armor is actually not bad.
Oh, okay. All right.
I
mean,
I don't think we handcuffed ourselves. I mean, we're not looking,
Yeah.
we're not being brutes. I mean, we
Yeah.
wear armor as our normal garb. It's
Yeah,
not-
like the
Okay.
whole thing with this is that like if they rented a theater and put up posters, it would just get shut down. So they have
Right.
to kind of do it like surprise staging.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so on a scale of fluffy caterpillar hide and go seek to, I don't know, giant lava monsters, how badly is this going to blow up?
I don't know. I mean, if it's just regular people upset,
Look,
that's
Well,
we're
low.
just
If
we're
the
just
angel gets
going
upset,
to
that's
Remember?
we're just going to another one of the Radiant Citadel plains for a festival. What could go wrong?
I
Yes.
mean,
Great, you
I mean, how
jinxed
many
it.
festivals have we gone to that have not caused problems?
Remember we went to Shankabumi to basically be a presence of the shield bearers there, and look what wound up happening. Or
That's what I said. Fluffy
One thing
caterpillar
I
hide
do
and
want
go
to do.
seek.
Here's one thing I do want to check is to see whether our superiors at the shield bearers would rather that we not present ourselves as shield bearers at this event. That's
Fair.
something that is on my mind.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm certainly going to keep my Order of the Golden Prawn pin on, but we might not want to go there as shield bearers.
That because then we're mixing the politics of the Citadel with the politics
Yeah.
of this plane, and they may want to shy
Yeah.
away from
So
that.
we let's you know what? Let me go check.
Okay.
So before I go, I'm in. I like the idea. But let me go check.
Mhm.
And while I'm out, I'm actually going to pick up a quarterstaff.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you go to just like report in to your
Mhm.
Ariat, your sort of your boss.
Yes.
So yeah, so you go to is it just Kinthan or does everyone go?
I don't think we need to have the whole.
I mean, you know,
Enoch will go.
I will go since this is my deal, and
Sure.
this way we avoid back and forth. I'm getting
Yeah.
into this mess.
So I think he sits back and he listens to kind of your explanation of the thing and the parts of it that make it a little bit complex. And he says, "Well, so first and foremost, I really want to thank you for bringing this to me instead of just doing it. I appreciate it. I think certainly it, shield bearers are allowed to be shield bearers even if they've not been sent on an official mission. But it does kind of matter whether you're on an official mission or not, right? It's one thing to observe something in the moment, but it's another thing to have the whole organization having been proactive about it. But at the same time, you know what? I think my instinct, were this any place else, would be to say that you don't have to hide that you're shield bearers, but if asked, you could be clear that there's not a mission involved. And I would encourage you to be diplomatic and discreet. Sounds shady. That's not what I mean. I guess the point is just try to be politically aware before you make an enemy of the angelic ruler of the city.
Indeed.
Right?
Yeah.
I hope that wouldn't happen. But that said, if it's what you say, that what they really want is just kind of to be a mediating influence, they're not looking to have you fight anybody, I think that's fine. But because it is Ankaring Shabar, of course, that Shole, the kind of the one of the current speakers of the speakers to the ancestors, the one that found the Radiant Citadel again, that she's from there, so I actually might encourage you to speak with her about it. She's a little bit more in tune to the specific politics there.
Then
Yeah,
I will
that-
go and talk to her.
Yep. Absolutely.
So you have seen her before, but not as a separate individual, right? You didn't have a personal meeting with her. She's just was there when you went to speak to the speakers to the ancestors, right? And so, but this is. Let's see. Have I given you the handout of her? Let's see. I've just showed it to you. So Shola is who this is. And one of the things that you know about her is, despite the fact that she does appear and functions here in the Citadel as in a human form, she is in fact an ancient brass dragon. And it's not really a secret. Some people wouldn't know just because she doesn't take that form very often, but it's, you certainly have clearance to know that, and it's not really classified in any case. But so when you go to her and describe the whole thing, she looks really thoughtful for a moment and just says, part of the reason that I traveled far from my homeland and that I live here and not there is that I do not enjoy Atash's rule. I do not believe there is any malice in his heart. He is a celestial being. I do believe he serves the Sunweaver. But I do not believe that celestial beings are necessarily endowed with perfect judgment. And though there may be positives and negatives associated with any type of rule, his is one that I do not wish to live under personally. And therefore, I certainly would have a hard time judging others who feel the same, but might not have the same capacity to leave as I did. Or for that matter, the desire to leave. That said, many do. Many believe that Atash's rule is right and just, and there is no question that he saved the land from a very real threat. and that everything that he does in the city and the nation now, he believes is necessary and required to prevent the demon's return. I cannot personally claim to know that that's not true. It's complicated. However, I also believe that stories are important. And the idea that there are some stories that cannot be told, I would like to see this play be put on. I cannot order you to commit violence in this effort, but I approve of your mission.
Thank you, Shola. And I bow.
She nods.
Just out of curiosity, was Dianok allowed to be present at this?
Oh yeah.
that's
So
why you-
to be clear,
Yeah.
these are not the dawn incarnates like the gem spirits. These are
Okay,
the
so
these
I'm
are
just,
the
like,
yeah.
kinda outside of that area.
Right. Yeah. So this is the like the government of the Radiant Citadel, essentially one representative from each land that like they run the Radiant Citadel, as opposed to the ancient spirits that have arisen from the land. Right. These are living individuals. She is a dragon, an ancient dragon. That's not typical. Most of them are more traditional races. Humans and dwarves, etc.
Angels, dragons. I'm sensing a theme.
Yeah, I'm sensing things too.
Demons and angels and dragons.
Oh
Oh
my.
my.
Yeah. So in any case, you have been given clearance that you should not misrepresent why you're there, but you don't have to hide that you're shield bearers.
Okay.
Roger that. That's good to know. So yeah, as we're leaving this meeting with Shola, I will sending to the sorceress and tell her that I and my companions will be delighted to attend the performance of the First Queen.
Wonderful. There is a bazaar in Ankara, the city, where the Concord gem will land. I'm not counting 25 words right now. There is a bazaar that I think will be a wonderful place to meet. Certainly there's lots of things to see. As I am very busy, I cannot promise to meet you at a very specific time, but if you are there, I will find you.
Deal.
All right. So, do you all head out to embark? Here, let's see what's the gem of it's a turquoise Concord gem that goes to Akaring Sangar. Akaring Sangar. I don't know why I keep trying to say that differently. Okay, so you are you board the Concord gem, which lands pretty close to the biggest city here, where this bazaar is that you've been asked to meet your friend, and you see that the city is filled with locals. It's very busy. People are anticipating the festival, and you make your way to 3 Sun Square, which is the bazaar that you were directed towards. Hundreds of people flock to 3 Sun Square in advance of Shabi Taban, the brilliant night. The crowded plaza is filled with colorful stalls and vendors hawking toys and keepsakes. Booths selling steaming rice, tangy stews, and sun-shaped desserts fill the air with delectable fragrances. Nearby, members of the Bright Guard, Ankaring Singar's Holy Order of Protectors, patrol the arched balconies of their headquarters, the Noble Jewel, and scan the crowd for trouble. And so you are free to move about the bazaar. What sorts of things do you do?
Well, Kantan is absolutely sampling the food.
Mm-hmm.
He is going around and just, getting a bit of this and a bit of that and tasting it and handing bits to his friends and saying, "Oh, you have to try this," and just and then going on about whatever it was spice that came from here that he learned about in order to make the radiant journey sauce.
Yeah, you find that the vendors are very happy, eager even to talk shop, especially with someone from far away.
Yeah, so so Kantan, as usual, is all about the food.
I think Dianakis would go kind of look at the trinkets and see what interesting kind of trinkets there are here.
Sure. Here, let me find a good trinket table. So, let's see. Oh, that's a different thing. Never mind. What? I'm not finding the table as that I was thinking.
I found one. Roll a D100.
All right, there you go.
You roll a D100?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 78.
78. How about an ornate scabbard that fits no blade you've ever heard of?
Mm-hmm.
So it's got like, I don't know, branches on it or something that it's a
Huh.
Yeah, like like branches on it that, like, for example, you just have to imagine a sword that would be that shape couldn't slide in and out of a scabbard like that.
Right.
It almost feels like it's an art piece for that reason. And then I found the same table. So if you want to look at a few more, we can see what else you see.
Sure. I'll do another one. 3.
A 3. So that is you find a gold coin minted in an unknown land. You know what? Actually,
Ooh.
what I'm going to say is it's minted in your homeland.
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
The guys are scanning what's available, catches that silent, and they freeze, and like everything just kind of goes quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Do you
that
not?
coin, where did you get it?
So the vendor sees your reaction and says, "Ah, yes, this is very special. A strange traveler from distant lands came through the bazaar one day and told me that one day someone would recognize this for its true value and would know that it belonged to them. And that'll be 25 gold."
Just very with like kind of without breaking eye contact goes into their coins and just hands 25 gold.
Yeah. "It has been an honor and a privilege to be the messenger to transmit this precious item to its rightful owner." And he hands it over.
Yeah, like
as we walk away, I'm
you're not
gonna
gonna
lean
take
down.
it, but it like that was something that they.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no doubt. But as we go walking away, Kantan's gonna lean down and whisper, "You got took."
I don't care. And Dianok is just kind of looking at it and just tracing, tracing in all the symbols on it. It's like, and then just kind of, tucks it away.
Nice.
Oh, anything interesting?
Are you asking me what?
No, I asking like Cantan.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Change
yeah,
the
what?
subject.
Yes.
Yeah, he's changing the subject.
I mean, I mean, I've already fed you three things. I mean,
I think the flounce at some point when you're just like looking through stuff, you see one of the members of the Bright Guard approaches, but like not in any kind of like a serious way. Like they're like coming to greet you, and it just says, "Greetings and welcome to Karing Sangara. You are a member of the Shield Bearers, right?"
Yes. Not here in any kind of official capacity, of course. We were told that the festival was occurring and wanted to see.
Ah, splendid. It is such a wonderful time to be here. It is a truly inspiring, divine, transcendent moment to see the sun illuminated and the moon illuminated in this way. It's I am pleased that you will be able to here to see it. If you or any of your friends ever are in need of aid, you can call upon the Bright Guard.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. This is truly wonderful. All of this is extremely beautiful. It is an honor to be here.
He's very pleased.
Yes. That is not Fluff's. That is not Flounce's charisma score. That is her fluff score. I think that's a the non-human variants of characters and races and stuff. I think that they need to have like an extra bonus to some things just based on, well, how fluffy is your character? How many teeth does your character have? If they have a shark head.
I think in particular this particular Bright Guard was just found appealing the contrast of the tiny fluff ball and the cool weapons. So you're all kind of exploring the bazaar, but then an ear-splitting crash pierces the air. 5 figures wearing snarling crimson masks clamber atop stalls, each raising a cone-like device to their mouth. Along with an irritating buzzing noise, the masked figures' voices emanate from these contraptions, amplified over the cacophony of the crowd. Down with tyrants! Let the embers light the way! And so, like I said, like it's amplifying their voice, but it's also making that buzzing sound when they do it.
disguising their voices as well, I imagine.
Yes.
Someone can make an Arcana check if you're interested in the
Yes.
devices.
Yes. And I actually, thanks to my runes, I have advantage on that.
So that was a
Okay.
natural.
Oof.
Nope.
A 0 for a
Yes.
0 from Exel.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
Okay,
Okay.
but for Flounce for 23, I think you've heard of these things. They tend to be called boom hailers, but poorly made ones make a buzzing sound.
Yeah, I think Flounce has just pulled her ears down.
Yeah, it is literally just supposed to make your voice louder, but these look like they're cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in any case, these masked figures, all of their masks look like Ifriti masks, and they are, they've jumped up on top of some of the stalls. They are like pushing stuff over. They're shouting at everyone, and they're kind of trying to make a big make a big show of their presence and shouting about down with tyrants.
How many of them are there?
5.
5.
how are the guards reacting to this?
The bright guards are immediately moving to intercept. They look really annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not jumping into this right
Mhm.
away.
No,
Yeah.
no,
No.
this one is not our fight. Our fight comes later.
Yeah.
It's true that although you have no way to know how many of the people in the crowd might be ultimately sympathetic to the stated principle, it seems like a lot of people are annoyed at the way these people are making a mess and knocking stuff over
Yeah.
and that sort of thing. So the bright guards are definitely starting to kind of move in, and you're just kind of staying back.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into between the
Okay.
guards and
Enoch is
this.
gonna keep an eye out for uh if any of the troublemakers are like pulling out weapons or acting like they're gonna harm
Well,
harm the
so yeah, so it seems clear nobody's trying to hurt any people yet. But right now, now that the Bright Guard have started to move in, these newcomers are definitely trying to evade them while continuing to shout things like "Cast off your fetters, mortal life, mortal rule," and they are basically running away but staying in the crowd, like pushing stuff over to block the Bright Guard and trying to just be difficult to round up. I think you can all make a perception check at this point.
Okay. 16.
I'm not good at this.
17.
All right.
Now my good rolling has gone
Yeah.
bad. And so much of my rolling good has gone down the toilet.
Okay.
Oof.
Well, so both Canthan and Dianok become aware of there's of kind of a vibration under your feet, and it feels like it's getting more intense.
Okay.
Something bigger
Uh,
might be happening.
I pull out my halberd because this is more than just
I think I don't need a perception check to see you just pulled out your halberd, and
And
that's a little
Enoch
obvious.
has her wand at the ready because
Okay.
that
yeah, and
Oh,
I'm
boy.
gonna basically step to put Xenophon at the center of our group.
Okay.
That's gonna be hard.
Okay, so as the Bright Guard has kind of managed to surround these five masked individuals and is kind of trying to close the net around them, all of a sudden, stone cracks and people scream as a massive spiked worm erupts from the center of the square, catapulting booths and handcarts into the air. The monstrosity roars, spraying the scattering crowd with fist-sized globs of spittle. Guards shout for reinforcements, and we're going to go to a map.
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
This is something that Enoch is not going to hesitate to
I think the non-violent portion of this adventure is now over.
Yeah. All right, let's get. So I'm putting your tokens on the map, but note that. Oh yeah, that I guess never mind. This is a big map. It's just people are tiny. So I'm dropping you on here, but I want you to tell me where you actually are. You know what I mean? Like move to where you guys think you were in all of this. Let me just briefly. Let's see.
I don't think we had gotten far into the market, so probably like
Yeah.
more like down here.
Okay, let's see.
Are those 5-foot squares or
They are 5-foot squares. The map also has these little star things on there. I'm trying to remember what those are. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, so hang on. So let me put the. Can
Take up a phalanx formation around the bard.
all right. So, purple worm.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Well,
nice. He's big.
So despite my description of where things were, things have changed rapidly now that this is happening. So, yeah. So there's the tokens that I just added there are the masked individuals, and now I'm adding the bright guard. That are also kind of there's 5 of them spread around at the moment. And okay. And so all of these little things on here are like tents and stalls and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Uh,
So the bright guard are the bluish fellows, and the masked ones are the ones in black.
vice versa, actually. The
Okay.
token does not show the mask for whatever reason.
Okay.
They didn't make
Okay.
special tokens for it, I guess.
Okay.
Um,
So the bright guard are in black. Okay.
yeah. It's because they're it's not unique tokens for them.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
All right, so everybody should be on the turn tracker. So please go ahead and roll initiative.
I'm on there.
Oh,
natural
Oh,
one.
Oh,
God.
Wow.
Wow, that's not covering. See, all those good rolls I got at the beginning are now all coming back at me. Hard.
All right. So, okay. Oh, I suppose I need to roll initiative for the NPCs and the monsters.
Boy, the worm has turned in this scenario.
All right, and then there we go. Okay, there we have it. So, Flounce, you are up first.
okay. Bounce is going to bounce over here to this bright guard and say, I heard you call for reinforcements. Do you want us to help?
Yes, please.
Okay, we got it. I'll turn back and give everybody a victory sign.
Yeah. So I think specifically, he says, he looks at you. He says, I think our first priority needs to be getting civilians to safety.
I agree.
All right.
Are there actual civilians
Yes.
around us?
Yeah. So
yeah.
the tokens are only these like individuals of interest. There are lots of people around, but they are obviously attempting to scatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So I don't know. I don't know. Giant Smite could be crowd control bunny. Go that way.
This is Andre the Giant. Says, everybody move.
Exactly. You are the brute squad, Flounce.
Yes, I will. I will actually do that. I am going
Okay.
to be the brute squad.
All right.
Are you activating your big bunny?
Yeah, big
There we
bunny.
go.
All right.
Okay.
Big bunny and pointing
Bunny.
away from the worm and saying, "All right, everybody that way."
Oh,
Orderly
do we?
calm."
I keep forgetting. We keep forgetting to make a special token for your steel your little
My steel
your
defender.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there.
All right. So here, let's use this token for it. How about that?
Okay, that'll be good.
Let me give you control over it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
You have it. You follow the metal one. Follow the metal thing.
And yeah. So
all right. Anything else for your turn?
I'm just going to kind of move a little bit away and have him kind of block this entrance into here,
Mm-hmm.
and so that
I don't think
nobody
those
can get
tents are
that
going to pose much of an obstacle.
I know, but it's also he can't be surprised.
Right.
It is a path of least resistance, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
we'll see if we can't get this thing cleared.
All right. So it is now Dianok's turn.
Enoch is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure they have good field of view, and then they're going to cast Hold Monster on it.
All right.
Oh.
Now we're playing with power.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah.
With save.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's do that. Wisdom save. Okay. It got a 23, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Ah.
geez.
I'm going.
Wowza.
Oh gosh, crap! I didn't do that. Anyway,
Wait a minute,
I will share with you that is a very high roll for it. It doesn't just have a huge
Okay,
modifier.
I'm gonna cast
Yeah.
silvery barbs then on it.
Oh, yeah?
Make it reroll. Make it reroll that wisdom save.
Well, in that case, the second roll that it made was an 8.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It is paralyzed.
And I will
And
give
you
the
know,
advantage to who's next in the order that might be used.
Don't give it to me because when I attack it, I'm going to have advantage. So.
Yeah.
Oh no,
So-
I'll give it to Axel.
Yeah, so as Dianok casts that spell, you all watch as this enormous spiked worm is thrashing where it's sticking out of the ground, and all of a sudden it just like goes rigid. It's got
Have
these
it
little
for now.
spikes that are kind of
It's gonna-
quivering.
Get the civilians clear.
Yep.
Okay. Axel.
Okay. Since it is now I was paralyzed, then I shall. Has the immediate area been cleared yet, or are people still trying to leave?
Well, yeah, I think that we'll use the bottom of the initiative for like randos. So there's still a lot of people in the immediate vicinity.
Alrighty, then I will cast Summon Beast and summon a land spirit
Okay.
in front of the worm to distract it.
What does it look like?
Oh, you'll see because it's this ripped out of the ground. You see like some rubble and like little vegetation kind of coalesce, and then it slowly builds into like a weird, rotted, like swampy looking bear of sorts.
Ooh.
Oh.
And
Is it large size?
No, just a standard little small.
Well, how
beast.
about this? I've got a cave bear token. Is it
Nice.
so it's small or medium?
Yeah, just a small beast. Yeah.
Okay, well, so I've put the token on the map. I'll give you control over it. You can put it where you want it.
And
All right, you should be able to move it.
boop, boop. Yep. And it will go up here when I cast it, I wanted to summon it in front. So that way, if it does, which it will, make it go squish,
It's attacking something else and not us.
not the civilians, yes. But it is paralyzed, so yeah. And
Well, it's going to get another save soon. So.
right. And let's see here. Making sure how it attacks. Pretty sure I can just command it as a bonus. Is it a bonus action?
I feel like usually the summoned creatures you have to give them verbal commands, but it doesn't take a mechanical.
Oh yeah, it's verbal command, so I don't need to take an action and tell it to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I will tell it to attack the worm.
Okay, so you can have it go ahead and do that.
Let's see here. And does it have advantage since it's paralyzed?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. And it is.
And if it hits, it'll be an automatic crit.
Ooh. So yeah. So it's my melee spell. It's my melee action. Do. And I will use that for my dagger. Here we go.
Mhm.
Boop boop. Okay, here we go. That is a 24.
That will hit.
And it says 1d, so 1d8 plus 4, so that's a crit, so it'd be 2d8 plus 4.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. Oh, 7.
Oh,
Well, 2d8 plus 4, right?
Oh, did it? Was it?
Yeah, that only rolls 1d8.
Yeah. Oh, it only
Yeah,
rolled
roll
one.
another d8.
There we go. So 10 points.
Okay.
And
Double
I'll
dip.
have it stand its ground in front of the worm.
Okay. Yeah, this crazy bear goes up to this gigantic towering worm and the tiny little scratch on its worm belly. I mean, but it it hit. It did damage.
Yeah.
That is true.
All right. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that'll be it.
Okay. The Bright Guard are taking their turn, and they are each spending their action directing the civilians, like go this way. They're trying to call to people, like get them away, get them out of their panic, and follow a direction to leave.
Good.
Um, and you hear one of them specifically say, as he's calling people and encouraging them to to flee. He says, "Don't worry, Artavazda will be here soon."
Okay. Yeah,
Alright.
that'll be interesting.
Yeah. So that is the Bright Guard. It is the Purple Worm's turn. And so it can't do anything because it's paralyzed, but it does get to try to repeat the save at the end of its turn.
Yes.
Only got a 12.
Still paralyzed.
Still paralyzed.
Whew.
Yeah. Okay. Xenophon.
Okay, is there any people around me that I could help direct out of the area? Or
So technically, the randoms haven't had their turn to move yet. So yes.
Yeah.
So, but that said, the Bright Guard are also already kind of doing that. So
okay, so that then I can actually just do stuff to
Yeah.
the worm instead. Okay, so it's time to mock this thing. Purple worm with no eyes or style, your chances to bite us are thus defiled. So vicious mockery, make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 14.
Okay, that fails. So it takes 12 points of psychic damage.
Nice.
Ouch.
As
Mm-hmm.
the
Oh,
bard is
that's
com-
max damage.
That's max damage. Yeah.
that is max
nice.
damage.
Yeah.
Yes. The bard
So
is coming
the
back.
worm is like lurched out of the ground, kind of curved over, rigid, and then just kind of goes ah.
I'm
Hurt
not
my
gonna.
feelings.
I did hurt its feelings quite literally, but I'm not going to get any closer to the thing.
Sure.
I'm saying
Um,
right here.
Okay. So that's the end of your turn then.
That's the end. Oh wait, no. Let's see. Let's see. Axel has thing. You're going after this thing, aren't you, Canthan?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then let's give you inspiration. Let's
Okay.
give our chef some inspiration to chop this worm into fillets. We
Okay.
do it today. Bardic inspiration for you, 1d10.
I can't quite get to it in one round, but I can hold on to that inspiration.
Do any of you have proficiency in nature?
Yes.
Oh.
If it's an intelligence skill, the anarch is proficient in it.
Okay. All right. So it is the masked anarchist's turn, and they are kind of trying to split the difference between running away from the worm and also not running directly towards the Bright Guard.
It looks like most of them have got directions they can go. That's accomplishes that, except for this one guy in the middle of us.
So I'm kind of doing this. What I will also say though is that
Yeah.
you all notice that
They look surprised at this. That's what.
oh
I'm
yes,
saying.
oh yes, they look terrified.
Okay.
This does. I won't. You don't even have to roll insight. Like this does not look like this was their plan.
Okay.
But more specifically, what you will notice is that their little boom hailer things continue to make the sound even when they're not yelling at through it. Like it's still making the noise, and Dianok can make a nature check.
Oh, that's a good point.
26.
You are convinced, given everything that has transpired, that noise is enraging the worm.
Okay.
But given the behavior of the masked anarchists, you suspect that wasn't on purpose. Okay, Canthan, your turn.
All right. I am going to use a bonus action to activate my ring of jumping and leap over the crowd 30 feet to land next to Dianok.
Ooh.
I do not have enough reach to get to him, but I can fling some throwing weapons. So with my halberd in my left hand, I'm going to draw a couple of hand axes and fling them at it. It's a 10. No,
Yeah.
it's not going to make it.
Bounces off of its tough hide.
13 isn't going to make it.
Yeah.
But I get 3 attacks around, so I'm going to follow it up with a dagger.
All right.
A 24.
That'll
okay.
hit. That'll hit. Well, remember too that you're rolling with advantage.
Right. So let's say that those first 2 hand axe
Sure.
attacks were 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then an 18 for another one.
Okay. 18, I think, does hit. Yes.
Okay. And these are counted as criticals, correct? Or is that only
I
for
believe
melee?
only
That's
melee. Yeah, only
All right.
melee.
Well, okay, 6 slashing for the hand axe that hit, and 6 piercing for the dagger that hit.
Okay.
And I have just emptied myself of throwing weapons.
Mm-hmm. All right. That brings us back up around again to Flounce.
Okay.
And-
And so after Canthan does his thing, all of the area immediately around the worm we can think is pretty
Yeah.
clear.
So we'll say that the central part of the map is now clear of civilians.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to join the bear. I'm going to rabbit hop over into melee range with the giant purple worm thing and hit it with my glaive a couple of times.
Nice.
You get 3 attacks at this point, don't you? Or did you
No,
multi-class?
Well,
because
because-
I'm multi-classed, I still only
okay.
get 2.
Okay.
But roll with advantage.
All right. Sorry. So 24 to hit
That'll hit.
for 11 points of damage.
Remember to make it a crit.
So that's rolling the
Roll
D10
one more
again.
D10. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, hold on. I'm going to manually roll that D10.
And your giant's might counts too, so it's 14 plus a D10, another D10.
D10.
All right.
Plus a D6.
Why?
Giant
because
size.
Giant size. I get.
Giant
You don't.
Smite's
Well, you don't
fine.
double that though. You've got the 3. The giant's might is on here.
Oh, okay.
Or wait, what? Or is this a different thing?
No, it's the same. It's the same thing.
Okay, because like what I'm seeing is that there's 11
Yeah.
slashing and 3 from the giant's might for
Yeah.
14, and then a plus
Right.
the 6. So yeah.
Well, it doesn't.
no, that's
Is the
The
3
D6
from
from the
strength or
giant-
from giant smite?
Oh no, you're right. The giants. So I thought that was a fixed thing, but it is a D6. So yeah, one more D6. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, you need to figure that out though, so we don't have
Yeah,
to go through
it's
that.
another 4.
Okay. That's 24 though. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Second attack.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case I get a crit. No. So 25 to hit, and but it is still a crit. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if that works. No, it didn't. But I'm going to roll it. So 12.
Well, do you get the giant's might for the second attack?
I don't. No, I don't.
Okay.
Oh no! Wait. Yeah, don't count the giant smite. I'll figure that out.
Okay, so roll one more d10 for the
Well,
on top of 8, right?
no, on top of 9.
Why 9? Like none of
Because
what? Okay.
look if the
Oh, okay,
first damage
okay.
I rolled
All right.
was
Okay.
9, and then the second was 8, so 17.
All right. This is getting complicated for some reason. Okay.
Okay.
So it's 9 plus
8. So it's 17 total damage for the crit.
no, because the 8 is including the modifier. So
Oh,
you need to
because
roll
you're-
a d10 on top
Yeah.
of the 9.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay. What I would say is when making thing a crit like that, don't do the auto damage roller again. Just do a manual extra die.
Okay, so
All
that's
right.
3.
So
So
okay,
12.
yeah, all right, good. That's a lot of damage. Good job.
And bonus action,
Okay.
I'm going to invoke my where is that storm rune? Storm rune, so that I can force a reroll for saving throws, ability checks, or attack rolls to give them advantage or disadvantage for 1 minute.
Okay. Are you using that on someone or?
No, it's just a general effect, and if it's somebody within 60 feet, I can force them to re-roll any roll with for a minute.
That seems
That's
broken. um.
I put the text.
Yeah.
Put the text of the rule in the thing in the chat.
It's a
for
storm
Oh,
Discord
you can
chat.
do it one time. So
Yes, I
for
can
a
do-
minute, you have the ability to do it, but once you do it, it's done.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not for a minute. You can do it to any roll you want. It's once.
Okay.
But okay, good. So, anything else? Your turn. Done.
No.
Huh?
Nope, I'm
All
good.
right. Dina.
Okay, well, we have the worm is paralyzed. People are close, and so can't use too much. I would like to cast lightning bolt angled up so that
Mhm.
it'll hit the purple worm, but
Yeah.
nobody else.
I gotcha.
And,
So it's going to auto fail dexterity because it's paralyzed.
and casting
Yeah.
that at level 4.
Mm-hmm.
For 26 damage. And Dinok is also going to call out. Those voice things are making it worse. The sound is making this thing angry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. Excel.
Okay. Do I need this? Okay, so yes, so this is not a concentration spell. So if that is the case, then I will cast blindness, deafness on the worm.
Okay.
Or actually, no, or not on the worm, but let's see. Yeah, because it's a circle, if I'm not mistaken. Choose one creature you
Okay.
can see within range, make a constitution saving throw. If it fails, yeah. So it has to make a constitution saving throw, DC 16.
It doesn't have eyes. What are you trying to achieve with it?
Deafness?
I'm trying to make it deaf.
Okay.
If
Hear
the
sound?
voice, yeah, if it can't hear it, so it can't hear the voice things.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Oh,
Well,
that's
like
tough.
my only hesitation, and I want to send this around the table. I don't want to. This is not like an unambiguous ruling. Because on the one hand, certainly I think it makes sense, but also technically what it has is quote unquote tremor sense, meaning it senses the vibrations through its skin, which is not quite the same thing as hearing it in a traditional sense. So
it's-
what I want to put this to the table. What do you all think about whether that you think that ought to work or not?
well, if it's not actually using its ears, I don't think it would work.
Well, I mean, I want to ask whether people
Uh,
think that should work or not.
I know, like for bats, it says specifically that like their blind sense does not work if they are deafened.
And
So
if its tremor sense doesn't have a note like that, then it wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah,
wouldn't
it
have
wouldn't
So
work.
what I'll rule is that it can work if, of course, it fails its save, right? So Constitution, you said?
Yep.
All right. I got a 24.
Oh well. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
It's
It's
fine.
a-
Glad we made such a big deal about it. Just kidding, of course. Okay. Any movement or anything else from, or you command your bear to attack or anything?
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell the bear to keep on attacking it.
All right.
And that is again with my melee. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum.
Is it your melee attack or your melee spell attack?
It's my melee attack, which is why I'm using my dagger.
Okay.
Because my melee spell attack would be much higher. It would be a lot higher.
It's odd that it doesn't use your spell attack modifier.
Yeah.
What's this spell?
Summon
Beast?
beast. Yeah, let's see real quick. I'll double check. Oh no, it uses your spell attack modifier.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
oh,
That's usually how it works.
Okay, well, let's my spell attack would be +8. So
With advantage.
yeah, so we'll just use my Eldritch Blast. That is a 13, but it's with advantage. So I'll do that one more time. Slightly better. 17.
Unfortunately, neither of those are able to penetrate its hide.
Oh, wow.
I know,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
tough. It's
Yeah.
tough.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
All right. So the Bright Guard, having verified that at least all of the worm seems to be paralyzed and most of the civilians have gotten away from it for the moment, and so they are now redirecting their energy to follow Deonok's direction that, like, oh, the things are making noises, so they're running to try to intercept the anarchists and try to catch up with them if they can. Let's see, I'm going to call this difficult terrain to move through the tent, so 10, 20, 30. Oops. And then this guy. 10. All right. But in a lot of cases, they're they're having to dash to try to catch up. Okay. All right, that was the Bright Guard. The Purple Worm, once again paralyzed, but it's going to try to break the save again. 10. All right, yeah.
Wow.
So Deonok's definitely the MVP of this encounter.
Yeah.
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 Really
Oh,
helped.
yeah.
Well, and for that matter, with a little assist by Xenophon, because it would have succeeded that first roll if not for the silvery barbs.
What's good work? Teamwork.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Xenophon, your turn.
Instead of mocking this thing, since it's nice and staying right where it says, I'm just going to sacred flame it and
Right.
you give it a little fire. I think it's automatically going to fail its dex save.
Yep.
So we just roll some lovely 18 points of radiant damage.
Takes it.
Takes
Can't help
it,
but
takes
not.
it, takes it, can't help but take it. Xenophon remains exactly where he is, far away from getting swallowed by a worm.
Okay.
Oh
I
wait.
mentioned-
Let's give somebody inspiration. Even though let's give it to Flounce this time. Big bunny, go chop the worm and make it runny.
I imagine the worm is probably still looking pretty resilient.
Yeah, this is a giant purple worm. It's gonna take a while to chop this thing to pieces. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
All right. It is the masked anarchists now, and I think the ones that had the Bright Guard more or less catch up to them are going to disengage and run. The others are just are dashing to run. But here, having heard Deonok, they throw down their boomhailer things, which means it's still making noise in those spots.
Right.
And
Right.
so what I'm going to say is all of those people are effectively off of our battle map, even though the Bright Guard is still going to be pursuing them through the larger bazaar. But right now, I'm going to leave the tokens where the actual devices are and still making noise.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Mhm.
Okay. I think it.
So, Canthan, is your turn.
Yeah, I'm looking to see how far away that one is, and unfortunately, the Bright Guard are going after the anarchists instead of the devices.
Yep.
Well,
So-
no, I mean, right now they were going after the people who have only just dropped the devices.
Right, but okay,
Well, so what I'm
Um,
saying is they haven't had their next turn yet. If you want to tell them
Okay.
to do something different, then you
yeah,
should.
I'll say,
I'm just saying
uh,
the Bright Guard are not satisfied with, oh, they ran away, that's fine.
no, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say, Bright Guard, please destroy those devices. I'm not sure how long this spell's gonna last, and I'm going to charge up here, and I'm going, as a bonus action, I am going to activate. No, I've already got advantage. I don't need to.
Mhm.
I don't need to do that. I am going to charge right up next to it, um, uh, and um, and start hacking with Spirit Cleaver. Um, 26
Mm-hmm.
uh, for 10 plus 7 is 17.
Nice.
Um, a critical hit.
Well, it would have been
It
already,
already
but
is,
you don't get
but-
extra crit, but you know.
Yeah, okay.
You don't have to roll
For
extra.
9 plus
Oh, okay.
plus 8 is 17,
Mhm.
and my third attack is a 15, which does not hit.
Does not hit.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to use.
You could you could use inspiration on that last one.
Oh yeah. Might work. I'll use my inspiration to get. Oh, it's only 1 point.
That's not enough.
Yep. And I'll use my polar menace bonus action to attack with the butt.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 25.
Mm-hmm.
Which is 8 plus 1d4.
Who was it you gave inspiration to that last time, Xenophon?
So that's a total of
Flint.
11 on the butt. Whack, whack, bam!
Yeah.
Whack whack bam.
You know, picking on a poor paralyzed purple worm.
Nice paralyzed purple worm.
Nice work if you can get it. Flounce's turn.
All right. Move my steel defender just so that they can,
Mhm.
just in case they bust out. My steel defender is going to impose disadvantage on if it attacks me. And I'm going to choppity chop with my glaive.
Mhm.
It's still paralyzed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And neither one of those are going to hit.
No.
Second attack. Got a 23 on one.
23 hits.
Okay, so that's an automatic crit. So do that and then roll an extra d10.
Oh, well, and an extra d6 for the first one that hits.
Let's see if this works. And so that's a grand total of 19.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my action surge,
All right.
and we're gonna try this a couple more times. 17 is
Miss,
not going
unfortunately.
to hit.
Yeah.
And 19.
19 does hit.
Okay, so that's going to be 2d10 plus 4.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna type that in
Sure.
just to make life easier. So that's a 16.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's all well and good. And nothing else
All right.
We're gonna do.
Dianok.
Okay. Let's see. Would I be aware that this one down here on the south is a um doesn't have someone nearby to destroy it?
I mean, you tell me.
Well, if
Well,
I
Hmm.
I mean,
Right.
I could go on my next turn to try to do that if you want to do something else. I'm the closest
Well,
person to it.
what I would want to do is move over just a little bit and toss acid splash at it.
Oh,
Okay. That is gonna be.
The dexterity save is
Well, okay, just a second. Yeah, but I have to look up what the stats and stuff are. Yeah, I guess it. Yeah, so it can't make a dexterity save, obviously, and it's just on the ground. So yeah, roll damage.
9.
Okay. Yeah, that one's disintegrated.
Okay.
Okay. Axel.
Okay.
I will use mind. What is it? Yeah, mind sliver on the worm.
Okay.
Let's make it an intelligence saving throw.
Good choice.
DC 16.
Got a 1.
So it will take 3d6. Nice. 14 points of psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
And and I'll roll a d4 and I'll subtract that from the next saving throw.
Okay.
So that is a 3. So it'll have a -3 on the next time it saves.
Okay.
And then I will tell the bear to keep attacking.
Mm-hmm.
So, my spell modifier. Do. Oh yeah, haha. And my poor bear.
Mm.
Is it still with advantage?
Yes, yes,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. It must have. Come on, bear. That's better. 21.
Mm-hmm.
And still paralyzed, so it's a crit, so it'd be still 2d8
Mhm.
plus 4. My goodness.
You guys are gonna kill this purple worm. It won't even have had to been able to take a single turn.
Hey,
8 points.
I mean that's it's amazing. It's like it's this is
Yeah.
like
I mean, it was a certain amount of luck, but
mhm.
it's also teamwork and
Yep.
and preparation. So.
Yep. So it is the Bright Guard's turn, and so the ones that are right by them are going to see if they can try to destroy the little devices, the ones by them. So this one on the east misses because sure. Well, like basically, he tries to stab it with his spear, but unfortunately, it's glancing, so it just kind of skids out from under it
Yeah.
instead of taking damage.
Mhm.
The same thing happened for the second guy. What was Oh no! So he hit it and then and destroys it. So that one is down. This guy misses also. And then the last one destroys it. So 3 of the 5 have been destroyed. All right, it is the purple worm's turn. Wisdom save -3. So that would be a 14. So I don't think that saves. No.
It's got a -3 on it.
No, it
No,
had
it-
-3
it-
because
yeah.
of the mind
Oh,
sliver.
right.
Mind
okay.
sliver,
Sliver,
yeah.
mind sliver.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that.
Man,
Teamwork,
so if
teamwork.
I got a 14, it would have
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, see, I've not been able to use some of these because we've not faced a single target.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that is the purple worm. So Xenophon's turn.
Okay, Dianok, are you going after this one over here on your next turn? There
Uh,
you go. I don't think I can actually get there this turn actually to do anything. I was just wondering if I should spend the effort to do it or just keep whacking at the worm.
They go. You go ahead and do that.
Whack at the worm or go after the
No,
thing.
and go after the thing.
Okay,
The,
so let's go after the thing. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can't get right there, get this turn, but I can. What's that?
Can you get within range? Can you get within range of a radiant flame?
Oh, that's right. Sacred
Okay.
flame. So
Sacred flame?
5, 10, 15. Yes, that's good thinking. So I will just sacred flame it.
All right, roll damage. Although Sacred Flame, can it? I don't know. I don't care. I'll let it be fine. But I wonder if some of these spells need to be targeted on a creature rather than an object. But
18 points of radiant damage
yeah,
on
that one's destroyed.
Okay, and I will
So that guy had stabbed at it with his spear and it skidded away, and then it just burst into flame. And he kind of holds up his spear like,
let him have his delusions. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Well, they are the radiant, the bright
They-
guard, right?
Exactly.
it's like Sunweaver. Have you blessed my spear?
No, just a
Beginnings of a
bard.
new cult.
So okay, so I am not taking back anything that has happened so far, but I am going to note Sacred Flame does say on a creature.
Okay.
And so an
okay.
object would not count in.
No,
So you cast animate object on it first and then hit it with the spell.
I don't have an animated object, but that's good thinking. I like that. Okay, so we know better. to do it again.
Also, Acid Splash also is the same.
that's a
You know what
creature.
though? I don't care. So like, I can't think of a single reason like acids like Sacred Flame is one where it's like divine magic to sort of like smite like a
Smite
creature,
somebody,
right?
yeah.
Right. But with Acid Splash, I can't think of a single reason why you wouldn't be able to throw acid at whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anyway, so Xenophon's turn is done.
Yep.
Canthan.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna keep whacking it the same as I was with Spirit Cleaver. 12. Ugh. 25.
25 does it.
Okay, that's 2d10 plus 5. 20 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And my
It's looking
third
pretty
attack,
rough.
24.
Mm-hmm.
21 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
So Canthan takes is like what he's been doing is because this thing's like in a kind of a coil, right?
Mhm.
It's there's and so he's treating it like a ramp, and as he cuts a slash with the halberd, he sticks a foot in the wound and climbs up a little further, and then takes another cut and climbs up a little further, and he's been just working his way up the thing, and then finally he's reaches the top and he chops down with both hands, and the axe kind of gets stuck, and he slips, and he pulls down, and the edge of the blade just carves down through it as he goes from like the corner of its mouth all the way down the thing, just opening it up from where its mouth is up in the air all the way down to the ground.
Gravity, yay.
I mean, friend.
I may have watched a bit too much of that video game where you fight colossuses. Shadow of the
Shadow of
Colossus.
the Colossus.
Excellent game.
Yeah.
Such a good game.
So I think that you managed to dispatch it, and with there no longer being the same sort of sense of urgency, the last of the boom hailers is broken, so that there's no longer that buzzing sound. But you're also hearing the approach of the Bright Guard reinforcements. I mean, remember, all of that happened in like 30 seconds, right? Yeah. So there are more Bright Guards coming in. It looks like they are trying to round up the anarchists that were causing the trouble in the first place. But you also see flying in from the direction of the temple is an angelic figure. And let's see, do I have? There we go. Yeah, I got a handout for this dude. Don't I? Okay. Weirdly, is the handout is not under the actual guy's name, but under his creature type, which is just a slightly awkward way for them to do it. But let me get that for you, because you want to see what this guy looks like. Weird. I'm just not finding it linked in the way that I would normally expect, but let's see. There we go. So what you see flying in from the direction of the palace is this guy.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gonna note that as soon as the creature felt the yeah, relax from basically combat ready and just try to look as non-threatening as possible.
Yeah. So he flies in and he looks at surveys the scene and the slain purple worm, and then at all of you and just says, "You have done Ankarin Sangar a good service this day, and I thank you. I would offer healing, except it seems that in your exceptional battle prowess, none of you have taken any injury."
Luck and teamwork.
Well done. I am Artavazda. I am the right hand of Atash, who rules in Ankarin Sangar. You are shield bearers from the Radiant Citadel.
Yes.
Yes.
He didn't really phrase it like a question, but
Yeah.
yeah. What brings you to our city today? It is our good fortune that it does, but I am curious to know the cause.
Oh boy. I'm not good at deception. I should know. I should shut up here.
To enjoy the festival.
Which is not.
Why?
Which is the truth or not?
It's
all the
absolutely
truth?
the truth.
It's
We are
absolutely
here
the
to
truth.
enjoy the festival.
And it's just such an amazing opportunity to see this amazing event and to experience your culture, and we just happen to be in the right place at the right time to offer our services in defense of this of the people.
So here's the thing. As much as, well, that's actually true, kinda, it's obviously a lie of omission, right? So
Right.
So make a deception check. I mean, if you want to do it with advantage because someone's helping, then I am willing to let you, because you're trying to lie to a celestial being.
Yeah.
All right. So anybody gonna?
I'll
Because
assist. Yeah,
Flaps,
yeah.
Flaps has the power of fluff, not the power of charisma.
Yeah,
I would say yes, and it's been quite illuminating.
Yeah, and Exel is kind of like, we thought we could have gotten a small break from our duties of the shield bearers, but alas, it seems excitement follows us where we go.
Oh, please, please, please let me roll high. Don't want to piss this guy off. 18.
They rolled a 28 insight.
Oh, well, at least it's not a case of can detect any lies said within their presence.
Well, okay, but they rolled a 28 insight.
I know.
But
There's no way I could be.
so so this imperious, solemn, implacable face. You say all of that, and then it kind of just does a little bit of a. Regardless of your purpose for being here, You have certainly done our city a good service, and I wonder if I could prevail upon you to continue this service, aiding the Bright Guard with maintaining peace and calm during the upcoming festival. We angels who serve Atash are powerful, but we are too few to support all of the Bright Guard's rank and file members during times of trouble. And as you can see, there are many who cause trouble by design or by accident, and there are challenges if we wish to have the persons of if the population of the city safe during the festival.
Xenophon is tongue-tied, which is probably unusual for anybody in this to hear.
We desire peace in your festival as much as you do.
Let me be clear then. The people who are causing these problems are misguided. If you are to aid the Bright Guard, you should do anything possible to ensure that they are brought in peacefully and are not harmed. Is this an acceptable term?
Yes, we understand.
Yes, indeed.
We thank you for the trust you've put in us.
Mm-hmm. It is Atash's desire that those who oppose his rule have the opportunity to learn the error of their ways in peace rather than enforced through violence. But as you can see, sometimes there is difficulty in producing this outcome. We can ensure that if we have your thorough support, the Bright Guard can pay you to support the good work that you have done here and to support the good work that the shield bearers do for the Radiant Citadel and all the governed accompanying lands.
That is very generous. Thank you.
So, to be clear, are you agreeing here to formally work with the Bright Guard? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm telling you as the DM, you don't have to.
No, I'm good.
But that is what he is asking you to do here. Is he's asking you to work for the Bright Guard for their purposes.
I'm gonna look at my companions for their reactions to this.
Like it's not looking.
Yeah,
thrilled.
I don't think we should sign up with
Yeah.
them.
It's one thing
Yeah.
when a monster appears in the middle of the square, but yeah.
So then Xenophon, who's finally got a little courage back, bolstered by his companions, will turn to the being now and say, we will continue to help if something like this should occur, but we're here for the festival. We're not going to work directly with the Bright Guard as you suggest. But if something like this worm should erupt, we will definitely stand to help protect innocents against violence and destruction.
Is it a question of coin?
No, it's not a question of coin.
Very well. Then I would ask you, at the very least, to visit the Ruse Bazaar, and you will see firsthand the pain that the Ashen Airs are causing. And as he gestures, you can see that the Bright Guard are bringing in the anarchists here. That like they've had their masks like taken off and they're like in custody and they're clearly unhappy about it. But they're being brought in. And so when he says Ashen Airs, he gestures at them. But I'm gonna go ahead and say, No, you know what? The only person who knows her is Xenophon. So I think I think when you look over to see the Ashen Heirs being brought in, you see that Afsun, your contact, is actually also apparently being detained.
Yeah.
So yes, two white and gold clad bright guards question a calm elf woman with dark hair, sharp green eyes, and a pink tunic over a red dress. One guard and the blue-skinned angel Artavazda lock eyes, and the angel nods. The bright guards place manacles on her.
So
Well,
it looks like there's not going to be a play.
well, boo. Well, I gotta talk to my friends about this in out of sight of this angel. Yeah, this is not good.
I mean, are you doing anything
I'm
else?
not. I'm not going up against an angel. No, that's no. That's
What?
my
What?
body's
What?
can't catch.
This guy with his bright red wings and blue skin and fiery red eyes and golden mace doesn't he doesn't look like a pushover?
No.
The one that got a 28.
On the insight check, I don't.
Well,
I,
yeah, he's an angel. He's pretty good at insight.
Yeah, I don't think I can persuade
Yeah.
this guy.
Mhm.
I need. Yeah, we're gonna have. Boy.
He has a plus 16 insight.
Oh dear God in
Yeah.
heaven!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm not. I'm not. So I'm not gonna make any recognition that I
Mhm.
recognize
It's like-
her at this.
So you have already done a service for our city, and so I will not prevail or inconvenience you further. But I would ask, if you are individuals who seek to do good, look for the damage being done by the Ashen Heirs, and you will find it. And I hope that that will persuade you that the Bright Guard cause is just.
One
Understood.
thing Theonarch is going to do is go up to the dead purple worm and try and get some new additions to the bracelet from it.
Sure. I just realized I have a handout of the purple worm I could give you.
Yeah.
Look at that
All
guy.
its horrifying eyeless glory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is way too many teeth.
Way too many teeth. Way too much
So
swallowing.
many that it's escaped its mouth.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go see
It is a truly fearsome creature when it gets to do things.
Yeah.
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 I imagine Theonarch would be easily swallowed by it,
Yeah.
even with shield and mage armor and all that. Oof.
Even Flounce would be easily swallowed by that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Big bunny, bigger monster.
Yeah.
Big bunny, bigger meal.
Yeah.
Awesome
You're,
pepper.
All right. So, in any case, because you've made your feelings clear, the Artavazda does go and consult with the other Bright Guard briefly, and then flies away while the Bright Guard proceed to bring in those they have detained and start trying to clean up and clear, and they start confirming that the purple worm is dead. Like they need to figure out, like they're taping off the specific area there and trying to figure out where it's safe to let people come in and get their stuff and all that.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to move off to the side and kind of gesture for all my companions to come to me.
Do
I've
you
got a few
make
things to
any
say.
attempt at all to try to like eye contact or communicate with Afsun or?
No.
Okay.
I what she doesn't know, she can't tell.
Mhm.
If they decide to use some sort of magical compulsion, like, have you seen any of your any associates in the city? She has not. So, yeah. So I'm going to go with plausible deniability here for the moment. So yeah. So
All right.
All right.
so yeah. So I'm going to gesture everybody over.
All right. Small bunny.
Small.
Oh yeah. It's
Small
probably
bunny.
been more than a minute by now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've still got you on the battle map, but we're not really in initiative at this point or anything.
Friends and companions, we have a problem. At least I have a problem.
Yeah.
Well, I recognized one of those Ashen Heirs.
Oh,
It is Afsoon.
No, so to be clear, she was not in the robes with the mask.
Oh, okay.
They
I
also,
misunderstood. Sorry.
so you see the 5 being
Oh, I
brought in, and then
misunderstood.
also her.
Okay. She's being detained along with the Ashenaires. Or
I
being
wonder
questioned at the very least.
what they charged her with, because we didn't see her doing anything.
So does knowing that she wasn't literally one of the Ashen Heirs, or at least was
Yeah.
not one of the 5 that you had seen?
yes, I misunderstood completely.
Okay.
I thought she was one of the 5.
So,
and it's-
yeah,
that was
like to be
completely
clear,
different.
you saw the 5 that had the masks and were doing the boom hailers and everything. They were in custody, and also Afsoon.
Okay. I don't know if I.
She was in like dresses and the skirts and that all of that. So
Oh boy. I might get us in trouble if I actually.
would that have changed anything? Would you have asked Artefasta
Yes.
or anything?
Yes,
Okay.
I would actually.
Okay.
Because I misunderstood. I thought she was one of the Ashenaires, and it's like, oh crap, my player is a terrorist. Oh God! Now that she's actually just she's roped up with these people, that kind of changes the complexion of.
Okay. Well, so in this, so we'll briefly rewind to still being in that conversation with Artefasta. Then, so what do you say?
My lord, the lady you've detained, she was not part of this conflict. I will gesture over to Afsoon. Oh, my head over to Afsoon.
That remains to be seen. She is, in fact, an infamous agitator, and her presence in close proximity to this incident is worth questioning. She will be released in time if she is, in fact, innocent.
I see. Where will she be detained if she is detained longer than immediately? She is a friend of mine. My companions do not know her, but I do, and so I'm concerned about her safety and well-being.
I assure you, as I mentioned, it is Atasha's desire that those who question his rule come to see the error of their ways peacefully. She will not be harmed.
Very well. Zevan just goes cold. Very well. And I will turn back on this creature, and yeah, that's the end of that conversation because Zevan's pissed. But he's not going to say anything.
Sure.
Now we can have another different conversation with us all together. Okay, so back and forward to the future. Well, this is a problem.
Yeah. I'm curious about how it was that these devices that make purple worms agitated
Fell into the hands of these Ashen? Yes.
I want to know where they got those things, and also how that just so happens that they were here when there was a purple worm in the area. It seems like an awful coincidence, and I would not be surprised if the Ashen Airs are being used.
Question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
You said that she was planning to put on a play called The First Queen?
Yes.
And did you tell us what that play was about or what
I did.
it involved?
I did.
And was there not supposed to be a demon that the queen fought? And is she not also a sorceress capable of powerful magics?
She is.
Could this purple worm in fact have been part of her play that she summoned on purpose to play the part of the worm so that she could quote unquote dismiss it and banish it? And it got out of control because of the megaphone thingies that they had. And that's why it attacked.
What
Could that I'm grasping at straws.
Yes,
but
Joe, what I'll say just to jump in for Xenophon's benefit here is, obviously there might well be more going on here than you know, but that's not really how the story of that play goes.
Yeah. I'll explain.
Yeah,
what I know
the
of
play
story.
is like a known play. It's not just a basic shape of a story. It's an actual play with a script and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
I
there
was
were-
just thinking that
Well, no, I'm not trying to shut down any kind of creative thinking. I'm just trying to say, in terms of, um, because he rolled high earlier, Xenophon knows the play.
okay.
So I'm just saying, like, that play wouldn't really match this situation.
Okay.
If they needed to bring in a demon as a set piece, uh, like a standard performance would probably have, people in some sort of constructed costume.
Or illusion magic.
Someone with her could, use an illusion, make a demon appear, and
I mean,
And-
even
Oh,
I,
things
even
are very, very different from home. Then
even I can do that. So I'm going to cast what minor illusion. Minor illusion, just have a 2 foot tall demon stand in my palm.
2 inch.
2 feet.
Okay.
Easy. She could do something much
like
larger with sound and full effects. As you pointed out, she is a sorceress of renown. She doesn't need to summon a purple worm. She can do.
okay. So then we're back to the somebody is trying to summon creatures to change the thing, which seems to also be a theme that we're running into quite
Well,
frequently.
What if we ask around the bazaar to see how often these Ashenaires have caused trouble? Maybe
You mean that Roos Bazaar or this one?
both.
Yeah, so right now
Yeah.
you are in what is known as Three Sun Square. Ruse Bazaar is what Artavasta said, and it's nearby, not too far.
I think it's worthwhile going there.
Yeah, I think so.
And definitely asking about where those boom hailers could have been found, and if the noise interaction with the worm was accidental or purposeful.
Probably
wonder.
accidental because those weren't really well made.
Right. Also, if he was asking us to assist, this could be a much bigger problem than we've seen, other than, this one display of their dislike of his ruleship. Because, seeing us take care of the worm and then asking us for help means he's, kind of looking for bigger guns, so to speak.
I wonder.
Well, one of the things he highlighted too, or at least I meant to have highlight, is that especially because they always try to make a great effort to bring people in unharmed, that sometimes takes more people.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if maybe this might be if there was, a demonic force that was manipulating things, just, provide agitators with faulty devices that, that can cause issues like this.
Purposely made to enrage the worm, is what you're saying.
Yes.
To affect not just accident. Yeah.
Yeah, direct the course of a creature like this, so it would be in the area to cause problems. Yes, I'm definitely interested in seeing what happened at that other bazaar.
Let's go.
All right. So you travel to, the nearby Ruse Bazaar, which is, whereas Three Sun Square is kind of just like this big open plaza where people have, set up all of these tents, and you get the impression that it kind of changes a lot all the time, and it's kind of just this big open farmers market sort of deal. Ruse Bazaar is a little bit more like it's got sort of more permanent looking storefronts here and there, but is otherwise also a bazaar, right? It's a more contained, like, courtyard sort of area, and it looks like it has more permanent sort of fixtures in there. So the covered stone halls of the Ruse Bazaar echo with the voices of merchants proclaiming the wonders of heady spices, fresh produce, and sun-themed Shabe Taban souvenirs. And you see that there's actually, like, I mean, you got a little shopping mall here that all sorts of various things could be found here. But at least upon first glance, it doesn't have a big crater in the center of it or anything. So
why were we sent here by that angel?
Definitely gonna look around and look for signs of recent repairs and uh, maybe unusual gaps where.
A memorial or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, so Dianok is going to look for like physical clues.
Yeah.
Okay, we can make an investigation check.
25.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, you do see here and there on some of the stalls, you see some little scorches that look like some fire magic might have been employed there. You do see that some of the stalls look like they were like recently repaired.
Yeah. I'm gonna
I'll
pay
go
attention.
to. Well, I go to one of the stalls that looks like it's been recently repaired and to the person behind say, "Hi, I was wondering. I noticed that you seem to have had some trouble recently. What was? Could I know what caused it?"
So go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Uh,
Oh, 14?
Okay. Yeah, so we're going to broadly encapsulate that you talk to more than one person.
Yeah.
But talking to several people, you are able to confirm over the course of about 10 minutes that apparently, relatively recently, for Ashen Airs, which is just like, it's like the group name for these people who show up in the masks and all that, did come to the bazaar, and they used magic to threaten multiple merchants. A few people were, received like minor injuries, but like they're not necessarily serious, but it was just like, burning someone's hand and that sort of thing. And that they were, they seemed like they were looking for a magic vessel of some sort, although no one particularly seems to know what it was they were looking for. Like they were demanding that they be shown a thing that nobody had heard of. But they do point out, a couple of them point out that the last shop owner that they attacked was Imad the rug merchant, who they point out his shop over in the corner.
And did the vessel they're looking for have a name that they used, or?
You don't have any more information than that.
Okay.
Let's go talk to Imag.
Yeah, I definitely share this information with the rest of the group. So,
Yeah, let's
can
go
let
talk
someone
to
who
Imad.
is actually good at talk to Emad.
Okay, so you make your way over to this this rug shop. This cramped, musty shop is filled with ornate rugs of many styles and designs. A brown-skinned halfling smiles and hops down from atop a stack of folded carpets beside the shop's wide-open doors. Welcome! Does anything catch your eye?
Possibly, but we're also here to ask you some questions if we might. Although I'll look for a rug that looks like it'll suit my room. Like this, perhaps, might suit my quarters back at the Radiant Citadel. But I do have some questions if you don't mind.
Well, I suppose I don't mind chatting with customers, but what sort of questions do you mean?
We understand that recently a group of Ashen Airs came through the bazaar and caused no small amount of trouble.
Oh, I don't know about all of that. I mean, it was nuisance, I suppose, but it was just not anything in particular.
Inside chat.
Inside chat.
Well,
I-
go
I-
ahead
I-
and make inside checks then. If
14.
you guys are so excited to make inside checks, huh?
I'm not actually good at insight checks. Xenophine is not actually good at this.
You got a +3. That's not terrible.
Yeah, but I rolled a 3.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Alright.
I'm not that good.
All right.
I'll try as well.
I'm not
Yeah.
seeing great numbers here.
No.
I got a 14. It's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible, but you can't tell
I-
if he's hiding something. He seems like he's being pretty dismissive of. Like, so what I'm saying is you might have your own reason to think that what he's saying is wrong, but you can't tell from the way he's acting.
You can't.
Yeah. Exel will say, well, um, the other, other people we talked to outside said that it was more, they hassled multiple merchants and you were the last one. Did they, destroy anything in your shop or take anything?
No. I mean, I think they must have just really been kind of tired out by then. I mean, they didn't find what they were looking for. So I mean, just because they stopped here, I have no idea what they wanted.
Do you know what the name of the thing they were looking for?
They've been acting like there's some sort of a magic vessel. I don't know.
And Exo will, he'll kind of cock his ear and he'll be like, okay, well, if you weren't harmed in any way,
Oh
they kinda-
no, I'm fine. As you can see, all my rugs are on display, and I'm frankly more irritated that they scared off customers. But you indicated an interest in
Does
this
he
one.
actually?
Uh,
Does he look like he wasn't harmed?
I mean,
Like,
he doesn't look
you
like
know,
he's injured or anything.
Okay.
I actually, in order to possibly grease the wheels here, I'm thinking that the lodge could use a new rug, so I'm going to look for one that looks particularly fancy.
Okay.
Yeah, nice
Probably
big
going to
one
be
for the common
nice
area.
big one for the main common area, and ask to have it delivered to the Concord gym. I'm
Okay.
sure that's going to be pretty expensive, but I've got a lot of cash on me. So.
Okay. So you're actually looking for a rug here. You're not doing something else.
Well, I am looking to kind of curry his favor, and also get a nice rug for our lodge.
Yeah. And while
Win-win.
Canthan is doing that, I'll kind of scope out and look around his shop, maybe see if there's anything interesting or something that stands
Sure.
out. Maybe
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Can I help?
Let's say that if you're actually buying a big fancy one, that's going to be like 250 gold.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
All right. It is actually really nice.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm
Yeah. It's a,
He
Natural
does seem
20.
he does seem extremely pleased that you're buying that. So while he is occupied with selling a very nice rug to Canthan, you got a natural 20 with your investigation.
I did.
Okay, what's the total on that? I mean, I'm sure it's high, but-
23.
Okay, yeah. So what you look like as you're looking around the shop, you discover, the thick rugs hanging at the back of the shop look like they have been moved more often than the goods around them.
Do they look fancier than the other ones? Maybe.
They look like they have been moved more than the ones around them.
Then I will.
Yeah.
Then I'll go. I'll go check out these rugs.
Okay.
And,
move him.
and-
I've got his full attention over here.
yeah. I'm at
Wow.
Canthan's elbow, so yeah.
yeah,
He
I will.
gonna
I will.
join you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check. See
Next,
what's-
to a really fancy rug by Xenophon.
I'm gonna go look and see if these have been moved. I want to see what's behind them.
All right. I think, yeah, so when you look behind those rugs, you find a hidden door.
Oh,
Oh.
well.
Are you doing that discreetly so that Imad is like he wouldn't notice necessarily? Like he's distracted, but I mean, are you
Right.
making a big thing about it, or are you kind of like?
No, because but I will.
I would say
try to-
you can have it hidden from him if you're being discreet. I'm just saying you don't need to make a roll, but I'm asking you how you're handling it.
Right, I am going to be
Be
discreet.
discreet, yeah.
But I am
Yeah.
also going to try to open this door
Hmm?
to see what's behind this.
Okay. Yeah. As you, so what is everyone else doing? So Canthan is dealing with Imad about the fancy rug.
I'm supporting
And
Catherine in
Xenophon's
that.
with me, yeah.
Okay. And then
with Excel and gonna when he going to try and gonna try and make contact with the flounce,
all
and
right.
so that at least someone out there knows.
So yeah. So what you see in there is a secret room. Where it has many shelves, and this chamber's shelves sag under various crates and curios, not rugs. On the far wall, a narrow window opens into a cluttered alley beyond, and just outside it, two figures wearing menacing scarlet masks kneel on a flying carpet, one holding an ornate samovar, which is this weird, like, bottle. And they laugh as the carpet lifts into the air and shoots down the alley. And I will ask you if you would like, perhaps that is a fun cliffhanger to leave it on.
Yeah.
Be great. That'd
Yeah?
be a good cliffhanger
Yeah.
for me.
All right, cool.
Dun,
So,
dun.
yeah, so you discover, yes, he does have a secret room for contraband. Also, apparently, the Ashen Heirs have broken into it from outside and have stolen something and are escaping on a flying carpet. And we will find out how that all turns out next time when we return for more adventure on so many levels.
So many levels.